John Cadiz Klemack is with us from NBC4. John, how are you, sir?
I'm well, sir. You know, I take this personally, too.
Is that your Ralph's?
No,
Oh.
but everyone's got a grandmother.
Yes. Well, then you take it personally on a grandmother's level. I take it personally on a grandmother's. Plus, that's my home Ralph's.
Yeah.
That's my Texaco.
That's my Texaco.
We're talking to customers today about it.
Right.
Man, I think any normal person would feel the same way.
Yes, and I also think that any normal person, like you were raised properly, where if you saw a woman an elderly woman reaching for something, or if you knew she needed help to put her bags in your car, you would stop everything you were doing, even if you were late to an assignment or whatever, to help her out.
Of course.
That's the way you were raised, right? But this young lady behind her, not raised that way.
Man, I'd like to know what her story is.
Yeah, I would too. I don't know what kind of desperation she's in, but man, she took that purse and went out and spent $2,500. Is that correct?
Yeah, and not the. You know, in that Ralph, I wanted to try to figure out which aisle it happened in.
Yeah, I do. I you know what it looks like? It looks like to me it was the aisle where it's all the medication. It looks busy. And so maybe she was reaching for something that, makes you feel better at age 90.
Yeah. Well, it was the aisle that had the hand sanitizers, the feminine hygiene products, adult diapers. That was the aisle.
Ah, okay. All right. So she could have been reaching for everything.
Yeah, every aisle, though, has a camera. And if this lady didn't realize that cameras were watching her, she made a huge mistake.
Yeah, I'm also very conscious. Like when I walk into a Ralph's or hardware store, I know that you're on videotape the entire time you're in there. So
when you walk in.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I walk in, I purposely hold the bottle of Sparklets or Arrowhead water that I have with me, and I hold it up to show the camera, I'm bringing my own bottle of water, and don't charge me when I leave this joint. How does she not know that she's on video? Not only is she on video, now she's on ABC, she's on NBC, CBS, KCAL. She's everywhere now.
And if you watch the video, I know you guys put it on your website, too. Looking at the video,
right?
I don't know how long she had been watching this elderly woman, because it looks like she's kind of pacing behind her a little bit in that aisle.
Right.
And just waiting for her to do something where she could snatch that purse.
Yep.
So I don't know if she followed her from the parking lot or what the deal was. And then the other thing is, we keep talking about trying to find this woman, but when she left, she got into a vehicle into the passenger side.
Uh-oh.
So whoever's driving knows what she did.
Right, and they can be held criminally liable as well.
Yep.
That's tough. I was in Gelson's over the weekend. I can't go there all the time. I can't afford Gelson's on a nighttime radio salary, but I like to step it up every once in a while. And I was in Gelson's on Saturday, and I saw a guy walk out with an entire cart of food. And he went right by the checkout aisle and a huge cart of food, and he was surrounded instantly by two security guys, one manager and two security guys. And they just grabbed the cart and they brought it back in. And his excuse was, I'm just going to the car to get my wallet to pay for all the food. And they're like, well, that's not really how this works. Yeah. But he did come back like 5 minutes later with his wallet. And he goes, no, I want to buy all this food. And they're like, get the hell out of here. You're lucky you're not arresting you idiot. But it is desperate times, though, out there. This is still a disgusting behavior, but people are desperate out there. And they do desperate things. I see it all the time now. And I don't know whether
desperate times for what for her? What was she buying?
I know.
That she went to Target and to Lowe's. They think over at the Empire Center because of where they found the purse.
Right.
Because both of them are right there. What is she buying at Lowe's?
See, that's my Target and that's my Lowe's. I take this really personally. I protect the elderly at my Lowe's.
I have a theory though.
Oh, good.
I had a credit card stolen once.
Right.
And I noticed the things that they purchased, it was all even numbers. And I don't know what the exact number is, but cops told us it was $2,500 that she spent.
Right.
But even numbers because they're buying gift cards.
Oh, gift cards, yes. See, that's stupid because then you can track the gift card. Well, I guess you can sell the gift card. But people don't know this as well, but when you check out at Target, you're on 5 different video cameras. They have 5 angles on you on every checkout stand at Target.
Yeah. So that's what Burbank PD is looking at now. They also say they're going to be trying to use facial recognition technology, looking at comparing it to DMV photos and whether this woman has some other booking photo too.
Right, but they'll rat her out. I mean, somebody will rat her out because this is really unusual behavior, especially, John, given all the victims in Florida, Texas, and Louisiana. People are very sensitive right now about people, about not hurting anybody, not contributing to the pain in this country. And that's why I truly believe that there's been a cool down in Washington, and Donald Trump is trying to reach across the aisle to get some action going, because I think we've had it with people arguing and people, ripping each other apart. And I think the result of the hurricanes, Irma and Harvey, are making people more sympathetic and more empathetic towards this elderly woman, given the fact that we've just saw the news today that in Florida, 6 elderly patients died in a nursing home because the air conditioning went out.
That's right.
I mean, can you imagine getting that call that your grandmother's in a nursing home and she died because the air conditioning went out? That's a horrible death, by the way. Suffocation through heat exhaustion is a horrible, horrible way to go. But anyway, hey, listen, I think you're doing a great job getting this out there. Are you at the Rouse right now? Are you guys doing this live?
We were. I just left.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Excellent. So it's going to be all over the news tonight at 11 o'clock, I imagine.
At 11 o'clock, yeah, we had a report at 6. It should be on the website, too.
Oh, that's great. Will you call us when you know her name? We'd like to throw that out on the radio about 300 times.
With pleasure.
Okay. All right. All right. Thanks for checking in. Really appreciate it.
Take care, Timmy.
All right, thanks, Johnny. There he goes. John Cadiz Klemack, man. Look at that guy out there tracking down. He's like he's literally like a detective. He's like a cop out there, right? He's a cop that can't work inside the system, so he's got to turn his badge in and go find the bad guys himself. That's every cop TV show are cops that can't work in the system, right? Can't work in the system anymore. I'm turning my badge in. I'm going after myself.
He's the lone wolf.
Right.